welcome to Board Games with Niramas, and welcome back for the second part of talking through the new cards for Keyforge. The cards that we know of so far. It's not that many, but still exciting to take a look at them. And it's the first time I'm looking at them myself, because I want to make it more exciting that way. I don't want to know what's coming, so that we are on an equal level, field of knowledge if you haven't seen this either. And I'm looking at the KeyforgeCompendium.com. You can go check this site out as well if you want to. So we start off now with logos, and we start off with standardized testing. This is an action card. You play it, destroy each creature with the lowest power and each creature with the highest power. This could be handy. Especially if you have a bunch of 4 and 5s and your opponent has a few 3s and maybe some 6 or something, then your opponent is going to be the only one that loses creatures. That's a cool one. Archimedes, 2 power, elusive. Each of Archimedes' neighbors gets destroyed, archive this creature. That's cool. That's like a biomatrix backup, but for 2 creatures. That's handy. Then we have Igor, 2 power. Play, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Oh, this is new stuff in Keyforge. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 to your hand and discard the others. That's the first time that we had this kind of effect. This is kind of common, I think, in the card games. There's a lot of card games that has this, like draw 3 cards, choose 1, and whatever. So that's cool. That's a totally new thing for Keyforge. Igor. And Binate Rupture is an alpha, so you have to play him. The first thing you do is a new keyword. And when you play him, each play against amber equal to the amber in their pools. You double your amber. This could be really nice as well. I mean, just imagine that you have like 5 amber and your opponent just made a key, so he or she has 0. You play this and you go up to 10. I mean, that's really cool stuff. I like this one. This is going to come in handy a lot. This is going to be a popular card, I think. And it's not even a rare. Then we have Eureka. 3 amber, it's an alpha, you have to play it first. And then gain 2 amber, archive 2 random cards from your hand. Okay. That's pretty cool. You choose when you play it, so you can play it in a good time when you don't mind archiving some stuff from your hand, right? Because you don't want to play it. Oh, no, it's an alpha. That's the fun thing about this. You have to play it the first thing you do. So if you're sitting with other logos cards, because you call logos, so see if you're sitting with other logos cards that you might want to play this turn, it's going to be 2 random cards, so you risk archiving those, so you can't get them until next turn. That's a cool one. That's interesting. That's a bit tricky. That's not going to be good to play in. Also, you have to consider that. Then we go to this. Let's see what this has to offer. So we have Unlocked Gateway, an action. Omega, you have to play this at the end of your turn. Play, destroy each creature. So this is it's a board wipe, but it has to be played at the end of your turn. So you can't, with Gateway to this, you can play it and then play a bunch of creatures to get the upper hand on the battlefield. This one you have to play at the end of your turn. On the other hand, this doesn't give you any change. So that's a good thing. So interesting, Unlocked Gateway. And then we have Binding Irons. Action card, play, your opponent gains 3 chains. This is really interesting. And wow, this is cool. So you can play it and make your opponent get 3 chains. So, of course, if Gateway to this is still around, and Coward's End and so on, we don't know. But if they are there, your opponent might have wiped the board, got 3 chains, ended their turn, so they still have 2 chains, right? Then it's your turn, you play this, they're up to 5 chains. And of course, if you're playing this, in tournament play and all that, when they start with chains, this could be really devastating. So then we go to Banish. And it's a 3 amber action card. Play, put an enemy creature into your opponent's archives. Well, you get it out of there. And then your opponent, it's better than, I was gonna say it's like, Hysteria or Fear, where you make your opponent take it up to their hand. But in this one, it actually goes to their archive. So they have to call that house next time or later on, pick up the archive, play it, and if that card has a reap effect or a fight effect, it's going to take a while before they can actually use it. So yeah, Banish seems cool. And this could be really cool if you're playing against Mars, that sort of if your opponent has Mars and your opponent took your creatures, put in their archive, they don't want to pick up their archive because then they will give back those creatures to you. With this banish, you can put some of their creatures into their archive, so now they're more incentive to actually pick up their archive. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting combos here. Then we have York, 4 power creature. Choose and discard a card from your hand. Well, you know, at first that might sound like a bad thing. You have to discard a card to play this guy, but it's not, because you can choose a card that is not this. So that way you can discard out of house, sort of, which is always good. Then we have Streaky, 2 power, elusive, and let's see. While Streaky is not on a flank, your opponent refills their hand to 1 less card during the draw card step. So this is a succubus. A sort of weaker succubus. It's 2 power, but at the same time it has elusive, so I think in some ways it's stronger than succubus at 3 power. But then again, this has to be, yeah, this is weaker than succubus, because this has to be not on a flank. So, interesting that they put these. I mean, maybe succubus is not in the deck anymore, unless it's she shows up as a you know, what's it called, like a legacy card, I think it's called. All cards from the starter set can show up in the second one as well. So Soulkeeper, this creature gains as an upgrade, 3 amber. This creature gains destroyed when it's destroyed. Destroy the most powerful creature. So that's a good one. In case of your opponent having the strongest creature. Ember Imp. Well, we sort of had an Ember Imp before, but this is an Ember Imp, so different spelling. 2 power, elusive. After a creature reaps, stun it. That's amazing. This is better than the normal Ember Imp, I think. You know, yeah, that's just such a cool card. That's sort of a way to slow down your opponent, because maybe your opponent doesn't want to reap them. Scullion, 7 power. Play, sacrifice a friendly creature. Okay, so this is a strong guy. 2 armor as well. 7 power, 2 armor. But if you play him, you have to sacrifice someone else. So you can sacrifice something small, I guess, or something that's really hurt already. Gub, 1 power. While Gub is not on a flank, it gets +5 power and gains taunt. Ooh. So a taunt guy in this. I think the only taunt guy so far is Pit Lord, which has its downsides, as you might know. So Gub sounds cool. Then Shard of Pain, and now the website doesn't work again. Action. Deal 1 damage to an enemy creature for each friendly shard. There we are again. What's shards? I don't know. It must be something new in the game that I don't know of yet. Deal 1 damage to an enemy creature for each friendly shard. Or tell me in the comment section if I missed this whole thing with shards. I don't know. I mean, shard, it's not amber, it's not chains. I don't know what they mean. Shard. Okay, deal 1 damage to an enemy creature for each friendly shard. Alright, let's go to the last one, and that is Sanctum, my favorite house, as you might know. If you haven't already, go check out my top lists and click the little eye up in the corner and see my Keyforge playlist, where I have playthroughs, deck reviews, unboxings, and I also have top 10 lists for all the houses in the base set, in the first set. So, Sanctum, we have Lion Boutrem. 4 power, 1 armor, and he has the deploy keyword, which is a new one, so he can enter play anywhere in the battlefield, like in the middle or something. And he has that his neighbors gets +2 power, so that's really cool. You can just put him in there. I want to have this guy next to like a bulwark or something. If bulwark is still around, we don't know. Smite. Doesn't we already have a smite? Well, anyway, play a ready and fight with a friendly creature. Deal 2 damage to the attacked creature's neighbors. Oh, that's a cool one. So you play it, ready and fight with someone, and then the neighbors will get 2 damage as well. And Abode the Grim, 4 power, 1 armor, play capture 3, reap, discard 1 from Abode the Grim. Oh! So basically he's like a Charet, but stronger, well sort of, yeah, and he has his armor. You play him, you capture 3, then if you have like a card that readies him, or if you the next time you choose Sanctum, he's still alive, then you just re-put him. You get an amber and you discard 1 that was captured, so you take it away from your opponent. That's cool. And then we have Abon the Armor Smith, 3 power. Other friendly creatures gets +1 armor, so he's like the monk. And action, for the remainder of the turn, other friendly creatures get +1 armor. Other friendly creatures, okay. Okay, so other friendly, he doesn't give himself +1 armor. So basically, all the time he gives +1 armor, but if you use the action on him, then everybody else gets, +1 more armor. That could be good. Then we have Barrister Yoya. 5 power, 1 armor, enemy creatures cannot reap. Wow. Wow. Enemy creatures cannot reap. That's just so cool. He's got to be a target. People want to get rid of him. Wow, that is so cool. Then we have Chali the Safeguard. 4 power, 2 armor, has to deploy so he can go in anywhere, and he's a taunt. So basically you can just throw him in the middle and taunt and protect some other guys at the sides there. And finally, the Grey Rider. 2 power, deploy, he can go in anywhere. When you play Fight Reaps, you may ready a fight with a neighboring creature. Okay, you can throw him in the middle, and then you can ready a fight with someone of his neighbors. And then the same goes when he fights or reaps. I guess he's going to reap a lot because he's so weak. This guy needs to be next to like a taunt guy, I think, because he's so weak. But yeah, cool, the Grey Rider. So that is all the cards that we know of right now that they have on the Keyforge Compendium, at least. I'm so excited for this new set coming. My best guess is that it's coming in early June. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. Tell me in the comment section, when do you think it's going to come? Do you have any information at all? Did you hear any rumors? Tell me in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching, and have a great evening or morning or whenever you're watching. Take care. Bye-bye.
Be like Draco. Follow Board Games with Niramas on Facebook at BGW Niramas. Board Games with Niramas is sponsored by Alara Games in Sweden.